One, two, one, two. So this is what's happening today. I am trying some different things. Of course, I'm in my space. Fathom DJ Live and Direct. This is not live, actually. I'm so used to doing my live stream on Spreaker. So yesterday I ordered what I'm about to eat today. Uber Eats. There's a place in West Midtown, actually down the street from me here in Atlanta, and it is a Thai food restaurant called Satto Thai and Sushi Bar. And it's not like I've eaten at a bunch of sushi bars, but right now it registers as my favorite. And so interestingly, yesterday I placed the order and they sent me the wrong order. And most of the stuff that was in the order I can't eat because I don't eat certain things. I don't eat beef. I don't eat pork. I eat mostly shrimp and seafood, as well as occasionally I eat chicken, but not as much as I used to. So what I ordered did not show up, but there was some other food, tuna and some fried asparagus and what was the other thing that was? Oh, there was like a shrimp salad. I ate it because it came, and also because the store, the place was closing, and I didn't get to replace the order of my food. So is that yeah, something's weird. I got some sound technicals that I got to work through too, but so I'm gonna do this mukbang video, right? So I've never done a mukbang before. So I'm just stretching my narrative. So yeah, so what I ordered was essentially, and I mean this is black folk food to me. It's just Asian style black folk food. Basil fried rice with shrimp, homemade tiramisu, which I've not had from them before, and sesame chicken with chicken, and spring rolls. The spring rolls are amazing. A buddy of mine, Peter, and I have been there a few times for food inside. So this is just me going through my process at home because Atlanta's not really on the lockdown situation yet, but I'm sure that's going to happen. Now, until I get my cameras the way that I want to, you just got to deal with the imperfections because my setup is interesting. But that's the basil shrimp fried rice. Can you see that? I think you can see that. The basil shrimp fried rice, which I've had before. And of course, this is basically fried chicken with some broccoli and some carrots. And some sauce. These are the beloved fried spring rolls that are quite tasty. I had to get 2 of those because they're tiny. I'm from Chicago, and in Chicago you get like real like egg rolls, and they be like big, and they don't do that with real Thai as I understand it. And then of course there's some white rice, which occasionally I use, but because I have these 2 joints, I'm going to just go back and forth with them. They didn't put any utensils in here. That's a problem. Not one utensil in the bag. That is a little problematic. So just give me a second, and I'll be right back. I just got to get some utensil. And Sacred, you see that? You see? Don't you try it. Okay? I'll be back. So anyway, we're gonna see what this does. I'm them other videos where people be smacking all and yum yum yum. This is not it. This is just me and you and my group, whomever is here, having a conversation basically, and while I eat. So this is a little spicy today. I mean, I'm not mad at it. They give you a sizable amount of food, so you know, if you live alone or whatever, you can eat off of it for a couple, two, three. Oh, sit down, sit down. It's kind of odd. This is some shit I ain't never done before. Sit. Thank you. Random Kirkland water, because you know what time it is in the city. Shout out to Dia Davenport for lacing me with the water and the toilet paper and the paper towels. So, for some strange reason, the sesame chicken tastes better when you eat it at the restaurant. It's good, but it tastes better when you eat it at the restaurant. I don't know if it's psychological or not. So what's happening in my world? I told you that I told you about how much I enjoyed the Madam C.J. Walker self-made series on Netflix. Initially, I started watching it in the wee of this morning. I'm not sure if I loaded that to YouTube. I definitely loaded it to Instagram. But when I first started watching it, I was a little taken aback because I didn't like how they were pitting the two main characters, Addie and Madam CJ, against each other. But what's so clear about it is Madam CJ Walker's resilience and levels of perseverance and like her dreaming and her actualization of the dreams. Like, it's so law of attraction. It's everything I need right now. So, I had a little, it was a conversation on Facebook about somebody going, they went so far away from the book, and I didn't read the book. So I have no direct accounts of, Madam CJ Walker's life in a like direct way, outside of the things that I've just, articles and things that I've read and video and things like that. I liked the dramatization of it. Tiffany Haddish did her thing. The daughter's role, I can't remember her name right now, but I think it put the daughter in a great place to possibly have some type of more detailed story written about her or film. Because she was a beast of her own. I thought it was amazing. And I'm going to watch it again. It's queued up. So if you're on Netflix and you haven't seen it, you should consider Self-Made, the Madam C.J. Walker story. So it's inspired. So they kind of gave the idea that it's not verbatim. My food is pretty good today. Sacred wants to know how good it is. She can't though. Pure is beneath us. I think he wants to know how good it is. So yesterday when the beef, it was like a beef dish, some kind of beef jerky. I don't know. But I gave them like little bites of it. He enjoyed it. Sacred doesn't fool around with anything but chicken and seafood if I give it to her, which is why she focused. I can't say I'm incredibly hungry right now because I made some tacos or like a taco salad earlier today with turkey, ground turkey. Unfortunately, I bought this ground turkey from Aldi's and you could taste like mad chemicals in it. I'm going to attempt, because I don't really like my food drowned, meaning like this. Normally I would ask them to put the sauce on the side, but I forgot. I don't like my food drowned, but I will say I am going to have to drown this ground turkey I got from Aldi's because I just feel like you can taste it, just don't taste good and right. Like nothing's wrong with it in a way. It was frozen, but I was trying to save some money and get some groceries in here. Some things you just can't do at Aldi's. So anyway, broccoli is on point. Not quite ready to drink any water yet. The spice actually is spice level is kind of ascending for the basil fried rice. It's yummy. You know, I don't know how other people eat it, but normally where I'm from, people put duck sauce, which is a New York term, but sweet and sour sauce on their fried rice. But the sweet and sour sauce is similar to the sesame chicken sauce. I just got an email that said elderly dating. Danny looking for. I'm not elderly yet. What the hell? I'm not putting no cap on myself. So the sauce is good. If I could get a trough of this, I would be fat as hell. Probably. Um, Mind you, I was on a rock steady diet, and my appetite is picking back up. I don't know what that means, but I guess I'll be creating more dance videos. Trying to keep my shit off because I like my size right now. But I also like to eat. Anyway, I'm about to be over this actually because it's good. It's good. Pure is like, how good is it? But I don't want to overeat it because you don't have to eat that much. You know, when I first started watching these mukbang videos, I thought it was odd. And then I watched one. God, I can't even remember his name right now. It's failing me. One of the boys down in here in Atlanta makes mukbang videos, and he just sits and talks while he eats. And I thought I could try that. Yeah, it's good because I'm having trouble letting go. I'm gonna let go though after I eat this lovely fried spring roll. Mmm, it's tasty. Tasty. That's that's wonderful. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna end up eating this, because throughout the course of whatever this thing is. Of course, here in Atlanta, there is no like shutdown yet. People are being cautious. I'm being cautious. I don't have anywhere to go at the end of the day right now. Like that's pressing that I need to leave the house. Like for real, for real. Which is why I have this time to spend with you. Um, I need some real greens. I need like some spinach, some kale. I could use a new ninja. You know, it ain't really worth having a housewarming party. That's kind of gross. It's not really worth having a housewarming party, but there are a few things I could use, utensil wise and stuff. But it's like, I like this idea of minimal living. It's like shrinking and condensing things. You have to have a lot of room. I could use room, a differentiated room. These would be called boutique studios. Ooh. That is what I'm in. Jesus. Yeah, I could use a bigger room with maybe an alcove. But I don't need nearly as much as I have had. This is about specificity. Sometimes you have too much. Sometimes you don't have enough. Be specific. And you can take inventory. That's one of the cool things about moving to a different city. If you downsize and, not that you couldn't do that moving in a city, within a city, but moving to a different city and having to downsize and things of that nature kind of makes you put things into perspective. It's like, what do I need? What can I relieve myself of? Um, so I'm grateful. I'm honestly really grateful for this opportunity that I've been given and released from. Let's put some things into perspective for you, girl. Now, one of the interesting things about Asian food is the sodium content, right? It's not my favorite thing. I got my dishes. Pad see ew, pad thai. Fried rice is like black people food. Always. Uh, there's a few other dishes that I'm fond of, but staple wise, you go to a Thai restaurant and you don't really know what they own. You got to keep it cute and safe. To me, I'm always gonna play it cute and safe in new restaurants. I'm not gonna be reaching, especially because normally when I go to spaces, I'm hungry. I'm not trying to take a bunch of risks trying things. That's me though. I'll be right back. Not that I normally smoke like weed or cigarettes or anything, but I normally smoke my spring rolls, which is why that I'm not that hungry. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'll tell you when I get back. I'm not afraid to use plastic spoons at the crib. Sometimes it makes more sense than dishwashing and all that stuff. I'm gonna say this: I shouldn't be eating this. I might not eat the whole thing, but Jesus, tiramisu. I have been craving some form of sweets for the last 4 days. I did my Instacart. I thought my joints was gonna arrive today. They pushed it back to Sunday. They pushed it back again to Monday. So I don't know when I'm receiving the groceries that I'm supposed to get, but that is wonderful. But this is everything right now. So I really should not be eating it. Okay, Sunday. So they updated it. So my Kroger joints is going to be delivered tomorrow. Do you need to know all of that? That's too much. Wait a minute. This is fancy. I'm trying to be cute. This is like, okay, this is glass. That's glass. This is glass. Why am I excited about the fact that it's glass? That's glass. Quality. I don't think they're going to hit Uber and be like, oh, yeah, she need to return our glass. That's quality. Let's see what it tastes like. Lord, please let this taste something like Pizza Capri in Chicago, because that is my shit for tiramisu. Well, it don't taste like Pizza Capri. It's fresh. Well, it's chocolatey. Let's get down in there. I think they just made it like it's super fresh. It's not quite as firm, but it's good. It's good. So one of the things I'm gonna tell you that I missed about Rocksteady is Brie and her desserts, them cheesecakes, the rum cake. Not that I don't miss the people, because I do already, but that sweet tooth kick in. Somebody you just have like alley cats outside of a seafood restaurant, just around the back of the damn kitchen, trying to figure out how they can get a taste or something. Yep. So anyway, woo. Yeah, this is not gonna make it. I thought, yeah, I just have a little spoon. Nope, it's getting 8. There's a little space. There's a little space down there. That's how you know that they made this. They didn't like squeeze the shit down in the glass. They made this in house. It's yummy. Um, it's excellent. It's different. It's different than pizza capris. It's fresher. Cause pizza capris, I think they have that pre-made. They probably buy it from somebody else. Cause it's like in some kind of container and it's cut and it's always in like squares. It's not like they don't make that in house. This homemade. Yep, there it is. Homemade tiramisu at Satto is $6. That's small. Well, the thing, you know how we do. The thing of it is not only you get the yummy dessert, but you get the little cute glass. You can use this for stuff. You get them enough of these. You buy enough of these tiramisus, you have a cocktail party. This is a little cocktail situation to me. I don't know. You know, I don't drink like that, but that's a good little that's a good little glass. I'm just saying. Thank you, Sato, for the glass. Somebody is interacting with me on my YouTube based on I did post the Madam CJ Walker video. Her daughter, yeah. Trust me. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's interacting. That's good. It's good. So if you want to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, you most certainly can, cuz it's out of this. So I'll just tell you this is part of the reason why this thing is happening. So I think I said it earlier. It's 1,000 people DJing. 1 trillion across the globe. All these little devices and gadgets and things of that nature most certainly have made people feel like everybody can do it, anybody could do it. We know that's not true. But in essence, as a influencer, I guess I would have to call myself at this point, or becoming an influencer, you got to come up with some different angles for people. And I know for certain, so if I'm a female, and I am wholeheartedly, most women who are not gadget people or nerds or technical, they don't give a damn about DJing. They don't give a damn about, like the technical aspects of DJing. They don't care. They care about the music sounding good having a good time, looking cute, and I appreciate that. Um, so when you think about the angles for lifestyles, where am I at? Uh, That's 30 minutes, Jesus. This is long. I don't even know if we're gonna have to work it out. Anyway, when you think about angles to communicate with people who are not interested necessarily in like the whole like culture of DJing as it stands, they don't want to hear about the history. They don't want to hear about Frankie Knuckles. They don't want to hear about Soul Sonic Force. They don't want to hear about, the Get Fresh Crew. They don't want to hear about Diggable Plains. They don't want to hear. I mean, they might, but like historically, some people don't care about the things that we hold in high regards as it pertains to being a sonic vessel. I'll say at this point. So you got to have other angles. Food is an angle. Everybody wants to talk about food. Food is the thing. Like, it's a draw. So, and that's one of the reasons why, you might want to work at a restaurant as opposed to a nightclub, because, they got cocktails at nightclubs, but they don't have food to accommodate. So that's not a draw for you. If you're trying to get a different type of market or something like that, you might want to be in a restaurant that serves great fare. But it's a draw. It's a different kind of draw. And people say, oh, you're going to talk about food? Well, in my own way, because I'm not a foodie per se. I eat. I know it tastes good to me. I'm sure that if I watch more videos and decide to dive deeper into this realm, I would probably start dissecting, like, people I know or used to know can dissect food and talk about, oh, it's got too much basil, oh, it's got, just like with cocktails, shit I don't know about. What I do know is that, and know this, Kirkland water, I'm drinking it, so it's whatever at this point. Kirkland water tastes like dirty water. Tastes like dirty water. Like, so one of the things that was dope at Rocksteady as well was the Vero water system. It was a filtration system that that they had in house. So all the water was like incredibly yummy tasting. You know the difference between waters. Excuse me. And so, and I wasn't drinking a lot of water outside of work, but I was trying to like get my water game up to speed while I was at work, because I don't have Vero at home. I need alkaline water, most certainly. I got to talk to Tina about that. But when I tasted this water the first time I opened the pack, I was like, ugh. I don't have lemon to camouflage it. Of course, I could put a tea bag in this joint. Soursop tea is my tea right now. Put a tea bag in this joint and add some cinnamon and some vanilla extract and a little bit of sugar, and it'd be whatever. But it tastes better when it's cold, which is not the way you're supposed to drink water. You're supposed to drink it when it's warm or room temperature, because it digests better. But nah. So anyway, that was 30 minutes. And honestly, like, if I hadn't had the camera on, I probably, I'm just giving you all my good guy and everything. Fuck it. If I had not had this microphone up to my face, would I have eaten? I would have eaten it, because I just, last night they messed my food up and I was starving last night. So just the idea of not being able to get the taste of the food that I wanted is part of the reason why I ordered it. It was just a replacement for that taste. And then, of course, I've been craving some kind of chocolate or sweets in a direct way, because I've been drinking tea, and that's not kind of been doing it for me. So anyway, what else do I need to say? Let's see what's going on. I don't even know in the world. First of all, I just assumed that I'll be able to load this whole 30 minutes to my YouTube channel. because I don't feel like editing this. This is not. I might take out like where I walked away and came back, but I'm not trying to edit this down to a science. And nerd wise, I could do that. Um, but I was gonna say something. I don't know. I lost it. I'm sure I'm gonna need a nap soon. This is my first little situation for this mukbang video, and it's long. I don't even know if it's supposed to make sense. Oh yeah, nope. I'm not doing that. I'm not talking about everything, because that's what happens when you get caught up in this internet and this social media game. You end up telling a lot of your business. Like, I don't want to have my guards all the way down. I will just say that last Friday, I'll say this. It's whatever. Last Friday, I had an amazing experience at Parlor. Now, I don't know the address. I will in days and months to come, of course. But Parlor is a cocktail bar in Castleberry, here in the great city of Atlanta. The address is actually 249A Peters Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30313. And I had a really, really, really great experience on Friday night at Parlor. Just hanging, vibing with people. It was the end of my first week of termination from Rocksteady, and it was incredible. Saw some people I haven't seen in years. Like, years. Okay? And then some people who I met during my time at Rocksteady. And like, the vibes was right. The vibes was right. And then Saturday, I had an awesome time because I'm doing this research for that particular venue. So, and then I had an awesome time on Saturday because I had really, really great conversation. And I was thinking to myself that my work in a DJ capacity at Rocksteady had been compromised, because it wasn't like it was overly promoted that I was there DJing. It was always, whoever the guest was. And, from a standpoint of moving to a new city and having expectations that the venue that you're associated with is going to go out and like really like make sure that you get like set the precedence, that didn't quite happen the way that I was expecting. But when I rolled into Parlor, people were like, "Oh, you," and I was like, "Word?" Because I thought that got missed. So it was really, I don't want to say validating. Do I need that? I kind of need that. Like, I needed to check for buzz outside of the venue that I was associated with. So that was dope. It energetically, it felt good that people were there. I didn't have to like roll. I was just hanging out. I wasn't like, "Hey, I'm Fathom DJ," or anything like that. I was just kind of like hanging out, and people were like, magnetized, and "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." And I was like, okay, Jesus, I see your work. I see the work. I see the good work. I'm feeling myself a little. It's a good thing my wings, they spread it out a little bit because they were recessed. So anyway, I'm done with this. So just to finish this girl off, because it's long, I'm gonna give you the address. Now, no diss to Satto, because I'm gonna just Satto is, in my opinion, Satto Thai. Satto, in my opinion, could probably use an update to their space. Like, they got exposed brick. Is that exposed brick? I would just be thinking about food when I'm in there, honey. I don't be thinking about what the space looked like. I know when I went in, it's like a cool. It's cool. I mean, it's still kind of cool, but furniture wise, I was a little like, the table was a little beat up and stuff like that. I look at these things because I have, some visions of my own for spaces, restaurant slash, bar spaces and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's still kind of cool looking as a space. I think it was the table that we were sitting at kind of being beat up and stuff like that. But the address to Satto, because that's really what I wanted to give. The address to Satto is 768 Marietta Street, Northwest, Suite A, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. And their website address is Satto Thai Atlanta. That's a lot of T's. Satto Thai Atlanta. Satto Thai Atlanta. And for all practical purposes, it's pretty relatively close to my house, which I could walk there if I was so ambitious. But I'm not right now. They close at 10 p.m. on Saturdays. And if you're in the great city of Atlanta and you're in West Midtown, this says they open at 11:30. Okay, that might be right because today is Saturday. I'm thrown off. Anyway, if you're in that part of town and you just, because this part, I'm saying this, there's not a lot of cool stuff to do as a tourist yet in this part of West Midtown. If you go back this way, you get everything. Like Optimist, haven't been there yet. Bar Taco, Bocado, Octane. There's a food court. There's lots of stuff. But when you start heading this way, it gets a little thin and there's a pocket. So, but if you just feel like from a safety standpoint, if you need a Thai reference, then I would say this is a pretty relatively decent Thai reference. What ran my bill up? It ended up being $41.38. It was, and mind you, yeah, it's still the same to me. The tiramisu and the spring rolls are $4 for 3 little baby rolls, and I had to get 2 of those, so that was it. They charge you $1 for shrimp. That don't make sense to me, but that's what it is. So anyway, once again, it's Satto, and it's in West Midtown. I do that sometimes. West Midtown, and yeah, I'm done with this because it's almost 43 minutes. Jesus, that's not what it's supposed to be, Lord. Anyway, Fathom DJ Live and Direct Mukbang video complete. That is not the language for these particular people, but the mukbang video is complete. And yeah, finding fathomdj.com in your worldwide webosphere. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Play, iTunes, TrackSource, Beatport, Amazon. I said YouTube already. Where am I popping up that I don't frequent? I mean, I'm on LinkedIn, but like a lot of my content isn't like LinkedIn friendly to me. So I'm not doing as much as I can customize some things, but I'm not doing as much there at this point. I'm not really trying to venture out into any other social media sites. I know it's tons of other places I probably need to plant seeds, but I'm just trying to get my YouTube channel active. So before I go, what you could probably look forward to outside of these occasional mukbang videos, because I'm not going to be eating outside the house a lot. Unless I'm on location somewhere and I might pull my phone out and record my session of food. But I most certainly don't have a problem cranking out a tutorial. I'm going to do some tutorials. They'll be on Patreon for DJing. I'm also going to eventually, because I'm having some issues getting my setup like I want it in terms of this. I have some issues with my computer and getting my Logic sounds to connect with the computer. I don't understand why that's happening. But I am going to be checking in on the regular, especially right now based on the times and all of the stuff that's happening. I have an obligation to make sure that I engage my audience. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Anyway, you can find me in the worldwide webosphere. Once again, findingfathomdj.com is where you want to start. If you're so inclined, you most certainly can leave me your email address when the window pops up. and I will communicate. I'm overdue to write some type of email to the folks who are following me just to update them in terms of what's happening with me in the great city. I owe that to them. But otherwise, you can find me in your social media. Probably one of your favorites. I ain't doing TikTok. And I'm out. Space.